Something that I've thought about very frequently over the past year or so is just how similar everybody is. Everyone seems like they have a lot of the same traits, a lot of the same interests. They act the same, talk the same. And I feel that it's getting worse over time. And I feel that a big reason for that is the way that social media and technology as a whole has such a big influence over our society and how it influences people to take interest in certain things and change the way they think or really address their lives. I remember when I used to use social media a lot more frequently, it would be easy to like follow all of the whatever new trends were popping off during that time, and seeing it populate more and more on every social media platform, and then following that, it was just a matter of time before everyone that you associate with would, if it's a new word or a new phrase that was being implemented into everyday conversation, you would see it. You would see everyone implementing that word, and that would be like the new way that they would talk. And I think over time, with all this, especially when you narrow it down to the new terminology with that comes from social media, it's really changed the way that people are communicating. And I think that is a big driving factor as to why I've been thinking about this so much, because I'm seeing how people are changing the way that they talk on a day-to-day, and it just has to derive from social media. And I just question myself as to why is it so easy for us to change ourselves because of that? Why is it so easy for us to change the way that we are, change the way that we communicate and express ourselves because of our phones? Because we want to fit in with each other and want to be accepted by our friends and our closest relationships. I just gave you the answer. I don't really know if I agree with that. I have a hard time following that train. Sometimes I'll even find myself being the one that feels like the odd one out if I were to try to make fun of whatever new terminology is coming out, and someone will, recite a term on social media that has become popular recently, and I'll make fun of it, and all of a sudden I'm the one that looks weird for, not tagging along and adding on to that conversation. And it's just really interesting to me. And one example I wanted to bring up of just how much influence social media has over, and just technology in general, how it's really connected everyone in the world in such a way that the way these interpersonal communications happen between everyone around the world, it changes so fast because of social media, so rapidly. And it makes me think of back when, around 2021 or 2022, when gym culture really started to pick up again, and there were always so many gym influencers, trying to promote their social medias and trying to teach you how to, for example, all those videos that you used to see when you were younger, like how to get six-pack abs in 5 minutes, 5-minute workout routine, do this couple days a week, and you're good. And And there's always been people out there like that, but ever since like early COVID days, 2021, 2022, gym culture really popped off, and it really influenced people to get into the gym. You'll start seeing more and more people, they'll see all of this content pop up on the internet, and all of a sudden they'll want to be like all of those people and wanting to start their own fitness journey. There would be so many people that have never even thought about consistently going to the gym and trying to find those results. And then next thing you know, that's the step that they're trying to take because of that social media exposure. So I would say in a lot of ways, there can be a lot of benefits. But in terms of how easy it is for, I wouldn't call it manipulation, but I would also say it just changes you. It changes you and you don't even realize it. Because who you associate with and what you're exposed to on a day-to-day basis, that's what you're going to become, more or less. You're going to absorb all that information, all of that, those characteristics of the people around you, and you'll find yourself acting that way in one way or another. And that's what happens when it comes to changing how you talk over time because of social media, saying all this terminology. And I think it's really changing how I view the world, because it's becoming easier and easier to find people that are more or less the same. Like meeting one guy that's just like the next and the guy after that, having the same hobbies, having the same interests, having the same even morals and values, just having so many commonalities. And it's very scary, but it's also very interesting. And it's something I'm extremely wary of. Something that, for me, something I need to be more selective with in terms of what I choose to follow, because everyone's going to follow whatever trends they see and whatever they're exposed to, and I feel that it's up to me to try and understand what is going to be beneficial for me to try to understand in that sense, with this constant change of people being just so alike. Because I feel like a lot of people used to have so many hobbies, like before the 21st century, really, like people had such a wide array of hobbies, and now it's like every other guy that you talk to, it's like their hobbies are playing video games, working out, and that's it. Maybe there's something else in there, but the thing is that I'm a victim of this too. That's what I do. I play video games, I go to the gym, work out, I enjoy reading sometimes, and it's everyone. It's everyone. So you take that and combining it with almost in a more fantastical sense of, in a funny way, it can kind of be like a collective consciousness, as like everyone's thinking the same exact things because they're just reciting the same terminology. I'm not going to say it, but it's insane, and it's only getting worse and worse. But I think in that sense, from all the things that I explained, it's really hard to be unique and to express individuality, being your own person and being different from the people around you. And in my opinion, there's really nothing wrong with trying to be like other people and trying to do a lot of the things that your friends are doing, and trying to expand on those relationships in any way that you can. But in my opinion, I just don't understand wanting to, the idea of following the things that 90% of people my age are following, whether it's how we act, our interests, our priorities, especially in today's day and age. It's really hard to hop on that train and follow that. Following all the newest trends, it's just, in today's world, 99% of them are distractions. And maybe that's a little extreme, maybe that's far-fetched, but that's kind of how I see it, and I just don't imagine myself really trying to connect to all of these things. And I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, more or less. And that essentially sums it all up. We lack the ability to express individuality. We lack the ability to be unique. Social media and technology makes all of us extremely interconnected and helps us know what everyone else is doing, and we just want to be like everyone else. And it doesn't help that if you're in a position where you're not happy with your life and you're not where you want to be, and you're still working towards your goals, and you're seeing other people, living those dreams every day and living out the goals that you're trying to pursue, and sometimes it's not even a reality. It's really easy to be manipulated and want to follow and be like everybody else. And that's all I have.